Hello everybody, Arctic here, and welcome back to my Q&A. Ask me silly questions, serious questions, whatever. Arctic Q&A. Alright. Let's begin. What is your preferred gaming method, PC or console? PC. I do own two gaming PCs, and I do own a PS4, a PS3, two Wii's. Well, the Wii's aren't mine, but yeah. And a 360. But I play almost all of my games on PC. It's not that I have an issue with PS4. I do own PS4 games. I do play PS4. I have recorded and uploaded PS4 gameplay. I just prefer PC. What games are you looking forward to? What game are you looking forward to in 2017? Game. We have to make sure that is game. Game. Singular, not plural. Outlast 2 is the big one. There are other games that are going to be coming out that are going to be cool, but Outlast 2 is the big one I can't wait for. How do you type with boxing gloves on? Don't know, never tried. Do you dye your hair? Do you see any gray? Do you? Do you see GP any gray? References. Yes, I do dye my hair. Otherwise I would be horribly gray throughout here. I started going prematurely gray. I started dyeing my hair. It was in high school. Just kept going with it since then. I rarely let my natural color bleed through. What if you wake up and you have blonde hair? Blonde hair. I actually dyed my hair blonde before. That was fine. I do like blonde hair. I just prefer black hair. Because black is kind of like my favorite color. Not sure if anyone could tell that by anything. What is the absolute worst thing you've ever smelled? First and foremost, I should preface all of this with I have a horrible sense of smell. My sense of smell is like bordering on non-existent. It does exist. It's just so pathetically weak that it might as well not. I mean, I can take this bottle of Killer Queen, spritz it right on the index finger, and nope, I can't smell anything. I actually don't even know what Killer Queen smells like. I don't know what a lot of things smell like. I completely lack the knowledge on what they smell like. I know what they taste like. I just have no idea what they smell like. Which is hilarious because people say, oh, you smell by tasting, but, well, if that's the case, then why is it when I go, I can't smell, but when I go, I can. I know I stuck my tongue out, you didn't know, I inhaled. So, that being said, I have smelled things, and the very worst thing I've ever smelled goes to a story from back when I was in work. Back at old job, same company I work for now. Old time working for them, previous time working around, different store, different building, different everything. Anyways, I was working in the candle aisle because no one liked to work the candle aisle, so I worked the candle aisle. It was one of the 3 departments I worked, and I was working, nothing major, just working on along like I normally would. And I came across a box of diffusers. Diffusers essentially have fragrance oil inside with wicks of sort to let the oil air through the air. Well, you know what happens when you have an entire case of them? 4 large diffusers. All broken? Well, I opened the top of that box. I knew it was wet, and I thought one was broken. Didn't realize that all of them were broke. I opened the box, and I immediately went, and had to leave the aisle. Someone else had to clean it up because I couldn't walk back into the aisle because all I could taste, all I could smell was black cherry, and it was terrible. And so that was the worst thing I've ever smelled because I got hit by nothing but black cherry. It was terrible. What do you think of the new gaming trend of companies that are creating and releasing games with season passes? Okay, season passes are a very big gray area to me. The biggest thing for me is if the game is good, if they prove the game is good, if everything about it is good, I know it's good, I can tell it's good, I've played it, or I trust them, A season pass is not necessarily a bad thing because you're just buying the DLC ahead of time, sometimes even at a discounted rate. That being said, if for some reason the game is bad, I'm not buying the season pass. I will always buy the game, take it home, and play it, and then I will decide afterwards if I'm getting the season pass. And that's for my PlayStation games. My console, my Steam games, I'll also do the same thing. I don't have to go anywhere. I can just click purchase, click install, click play, sit here for an hour or two, go, yeah, or maybe 3 or 4, and go, yeah, I like this, and buy it. But if they can prove that they can do it, yes. But you can't just release a game and say you have to buy the season pass when you buy the game and expect me to. Because no, I won't. I'll just buy the DLC when it comes out. I don't care if I have to pay more. Because if I like the game enough to get the DLC, I'll get the DLC. If I don't like the game enough to get the DLC, guess what? Not getting it. Ow, my arm. Can I have your sandwich? No, you cannot have my sandwich. I don't even have one right now. No. Android or iPhone? I use an Android phone. It's actually a Galaxy S6. I have an S3 around here somewhere. I have never owned an iPhone. Never have any intention on owning an iPhone. I actually, for the most part, boycott almost all Apple products. That being said, I have iTunes on my computer strictly so I can put the podcast on iTunes. In fact, as soon as all of that's done, everything's out of the way, and all of that's handled, I will probably uninstall it. No, I need to keep it so I can check it. Dang. Yeah, so that's about the only reason. Spaghetti or no spaghetti? Okay, if it's with spaghetti noodles, then no. If it is without spaghetti noodles, then yes. Another hilarious story. This should almost turn into like a thing of me just telling childhood stories. Well, oh no, the other one was a work story. Anyways, spaghetti. I will not eat spaghetti with spaghetti sauce. If it is bow tie noodles, rotini noodles, any other noodles than the long noodles like fettuccine, angel hair, spaghetti, etc., I will eat them with spaghetti sauce. But if it's spaghetti, fettuccine, angel hair, etc., you cannot get me to eat it with spaghetti sauce. You can't. I won't. I refuse. It's a psychological issue I have. When I was a wee little kid, and I mean like my daughter's age, maybe a little older than that, the news held a report about some kids dying from eating mushrooms. And mind you, I didn't know that this was like, they ate wild mushrooms, and that's what happened. No, I didn't know that. As far as I was concerned, mushrooms are mushrooms, and they died from eating mushrooms. And so all mushrooms are dangerous. And thus, I refused to eat anything with mushrooms in it. My mom never bothered to fix that, explain it, and it was just a constant thing of no mushrooms. My mom loves mushrooms and would get spaghetti sauce with mushrooms on it. I could clearly see the spaghetti sauce with mushrooms on the jar. So I would refuse to eat it. Then one time, Mom got a jar of spaghetti. And Mom said, and I quote, and Mom, if you watch this, no, this was where you went wrong. Don't worry, the mushrooms are cut up so small, you won't see them. I was petrified of mushrooms, and now I couldn't see them to pick them out. It wasn't until I got older and got over my irrational fear of them and got to eating mushrooms as an adult that I finally would have spaghetti sauce on anything. And by that point, I've gone so long without eating spaghetti noodles with spaghetti sauce that psychologically, when I've tried, it tastes disgusting and I can't get past it. No more Call of Duty games. What do? Cry in a corner, sign a petition to bring them back, or continue playing No Man's Sky and don't admit there are other games besides No Man's Sky? Vidas? Seriously? I played and beat Guardian of December, and I've played all of your other games. There are more games than No Man's Sky, and I know this. I stream No Man's Sky for multiple reasons. One, I thoroughly enjoy the game and it is not a let's play. Not a let's play friendly game. Not in the same instance. It's not a game that you can do a let's play of. It's too long, too much goes on. Too boring. It's just, you can't. So what I do is I stream it. And I have people who like to watch, who I like to watch and like to watch me. Hashtag Geknip Gang! It's kind of fun. We all support each other. And then there's other people who come, especially since the patch. There are other people who come in, and there's more talking and more stuff going on and more fun, and there's much better community built around it. And so much has gone on from that, and so much of everything, and I love it. It has made me truly passionate again. And so I play it almost strictly for that. I mean, that being said, it is starting to get a little stale. And that's why I'm trying to play other games on my streams instead. That's why we did 7 Days to Die. We'll probably do that again Sunday. We have done a couple other games. We've done Overwatch in the past. We'll probably do it again in the future. And I will leave it open. If you guys want me to stream anything else, Sundays mainly. Sundays are my open day. If you want me to stream 2 hours of, I don't know, Bubsy 3D, please don't. Please don't request that. You guys are going to request that. Fuck. Anyways, I don't care. I will. It's fun. But I also hate Call of Duty, so in the end, if there was no more Call of Duty, I'd be like, okay. I haven't liked Call of Duty since Activision pissed me off by firing and laying off the creative people who designed it so that they wouldn't have to pay them $2 million. On top of that, I'm not a huge fan of that style of FPS multiplayer. Some games break that mold and do a good job of it, but any game that follows the Call of Duty Battlefield mold, I don't really like. What if Hitler was a woman? Then we would have had Anita Sarkeesian back in World War II. That was terrible. That was terrible. Oh, feminist frequency. Why? Why do you have to do this to me? Pick one. Eat with your eyeballs, see with your toes, or walk on mouths. I wouldn't want to taste the ground. Seeing with my toes would be an interesting perspective, and eating with my eyeballs would be great for terrifying people. Eating with eyeballs would probably be the easiest to accustom to, because it would just be really screw with people. Could you imagine that, just sitting there? Say they're watching a movie. Where did Arctic and Arctic J come from? Oh, okay. So the Arctic. Long story. Many years ago, in a kingdom by sea, there lived a... No, we're not going to be doing a poem. Not randomly going into a poem. So many moons ago, when I was a little kid, and I went out with my dad on the road for the very first time. My dad made me use the handle, because my dad was an over-the-road truck driver. Is an over-the-road truck driver, the sperm donor. Good job, sperm donor. I don't know why I called you dad. Because it's an insult. Dad's an insult. I hate the word dad. But you're a father. Doesn't matter. He made me use the handle Second Gear, and my first email was secondgear@bubbajunk.com. Non-existent anymore. I'm not sure if Bubba Junk is, but I know my email isn't, because last time I used it was probably 16 years ago. Anyways, after Bubba Junk, we moved in with my stepdad. Another piece of work. Be careful. He watches your videos sometimes. Anyways, moved in with him, and we got access to the internet, and I made my very next email, which was Coyote Man. I don't know why I picked that one, but it was Coyote Man. Well, my stepdad went on this whole tangent about Coyote and the Indians and blah, 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 blah. And so it was a mixture between to shut him up and to get away from that one too, for a couple other reasons. My favorite creature in the world is the wolf. I love wolves. My favorite real creature. If you were to go with mythical creature, it'd be dragons or unicorns. So I made it Arctic Wolf because I like the white winter wolves. I didn't want to go like with winter wolf or snow wolf or white wolf, so I went with Arctic Wolf. And I've had Arctic Wolf as my username, as my email since 2004. In fact, my first Arctic Wolf email was arcticwolf2004@yahoo.com. Still have access to that email, amazingly. I just don't use it. I don't use it at all. I log into it like once every now and then just to see, because I had some accounts that were bound to it before I got my Gmail. But then I made a couple other emails I don't have anymore, and then I made the one I used for this account, and that was in 2006 or 7. Oh gosh. I would have to go to my YouTube About page to tell you, because it's however old this channel is. And I made the Gmail almost strictly... Why did I click Video Manager? I made the email almost strictly to get away from YouTube. 2007! April 7th, 2007. Old fucking account! Oh gosh. And so I have this email has been my email, my constant email, my main email, the only one I use since 2007. And I love it. But it was arcticwolf.jay. And I went with that so I could get away from using years in my name, which I have been doing for eons. And so, when I started doing YouTube, I wanted to distance myself from the Arctic Wolf because I was afraid people were going to get me confused with furries. And it's not that I have anything against furries, I just didn't want to be grouped in with them. So I changed it to Arctic Gaming. Problem. Do a quick YouTube search for Arctic Gaming and tell me who you find. Because you're going to find another YouTuber but it's about 50,000 subscribers, maybe 60,000 at this point. So I went with Arctic J. So the Arctic literally is the only thing left from Arctic Wolf. I like it. I like Arctic. And then J is just the first letter of my name. Favorite anime? Ooh. Okay, this is hard. Because Askfm is amazing. Outlaw Star is fantastic. Trigun. I have to go with Trigun. I have to go with Trigun. Because Outlaw Star is amazing. Askfm's amazing. Bleach and Naruto are good. But, Trigun is fantastic. And if you've never seen it, go watch it. So all I can say is if you've never seen it, go watch it. How did Benjamin Franklin invent electricity? I even know the reference to this. I do. Oh, God. So we're going to first say Benjamin Franklin didn't invent electricity. He discovered it by flying a kite, but he didn't invent it. No, electricity is not an invention. It's a natural force. It's not something that can be invented. It's just something that can be discovered. I know the reference, and that doesn't make it hurt my brain any less. Why come have no running? Why sentence doth sense no make? Also, I haven't been... If you're talking about me being athletic, I haven't been running in a couple months for multiple reasons. Actually, it's been since Allie started going to school. Come spring, I plan on getting back into running. I got up to just over 5K before life hit me so hard I just didn't have time not to get anything else done. So, Do you prefer PvP, PvE, or co-op style games? I love a good co-op game, but they're so hard to find, and I call myself an antisocial gamer because I'm not the biggest fan of playing with people. It's nothing against people, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do like a good co-op game. PvP can be a lot of fun, depending on the game and stuff like that. Almost every account I have, almost every character I have on World of Warcraft is in is on a PvP world. So, very much the same concept there of, I like PvP, so I do the PvP there. But PvE is a really good thing. I really don't always want to be hunted around by people who are going to kill me just for shits, giggles, and grins. So, but my preferred style is probably going to be PvP, unless you're counting like first-person shooters. If you're counting for just anything else, PvE and co-op, if that makes any sense. I think that does it. I think that was all of them. So, thank you all so much for watching this. If you liked this, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to leave any questions for me to do in a third Ask Arctic J, Q&A, silly questions, whatever, feel free. And I don't care if they're dead serious like some of these are, or if they're straight off the wall goofy. Give me all the ones you want. You can either put them in the comment section to this video, you can send them to me on Twitter, but or you can or Discord. You can send them to me on Discord. That's how a couple of these got here. Or where a majority of these came from, you can ask me on Askfm. After this video goes up, I will actually confirm all the questions, answer them there, and post them. I just grabbed the questions and put them in here first. So, thank you all. You all have fun. I will see you later. This was a blast. Bye, guys. Woo! Haha. I'd be more silly.